رفقا اگرم استریم استارت شد بوده بیاید با زیرنویس فارسی کینگدام کام 2 و لیتس گو دیگه روی یوتیوب و تویچ هست. میبینم پر انرژی بیاید. دوستان عزیز، گرسنگی فعلا بهمون غلبه نکرده. خب خوش اومدید به استریم. میخوام بریم به سمت این شهر دیگه، درسته؟ بعدم به حساب این یارو میرسیم. تا چوف درود بر شما، خوش اومدید.
Christ, pardon me.
سلام داداش، تریدمون نشه؟ قطع آمده چی داری؟ فود کوکت لمب. 5 تا فعلا داشته باشیم.
I'd like to discuss. Sure.
7 تا نه، 6 و 4.
That's more like.
All right.
That's more like it.
مادر خراب.
Aye, you'll. Thank you and take care.
خب داشت اون کاری که می‌خواستی گاور رنگ بزنیم ما انجام دادیم. خب من بزنیم درست کنم. خب این تصویر اوکی، let's go. خب من اون گاور رو رنگ دادم.
It's done. Oldbram's bull isn't as white as it used to be.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, mate. Oldbram must be having a fit.
صاحب جدیدم خیلی خوش اومدید ما اینجان. تو کدوم قسمت داستانیم؟ فعلا اولاشم. خب چون واقعا نسخه دو رو خوب ساختم دارم همه چیشو میگردم. میشن فریا رو میرم، میشن اصلی هم طبق روال میریم. شاید چون میشن اصلی اولی ممکنه که ما رو از داستان این منطقه پرت کنه، اتفاقات زیادی توش بیفته. من فعلا دارم خودم ارتقا میدم، کارهایی که نیازه رو انجام میدم. کلا میخوام فول برم، میدونی، فقط نمیخوام میشن اصلی برم. خوش اومدید. هنوز ودینگو نرفتیم، عروسی رو نرفتیم.
Almost see it.
To hell with the fucking flex. The lousy cities are...
آدم پیرمرده رو در میاره آجی.
All right then. You did what I asked, so we're even. And since you already got caught up in our little dispute, maybe you can help me with something else.
چه کاری کمک کنیم؟
So, what can I help the Takovites with this time?
We're planning to meet with the Geliovites in the pasture that they keep arguing with us
میخوان
about.
میتینگ بذارن؟
We'll sort it all out with them there. Nicely. Man to man. Wouldn't you like to join us?
بهتون ملحق شم؟ خیلی
Why not?
پیشنهاد جالب.
After painting that bull, it would actually be quite a pleasant change to talk things over face-to-face.
Aye. Talk. We'll get into a huge argument and then start punching each other in the gob. So then, should I send for Oldbram so we can get going?
بریم.
All right then. Let's paint them Geliovites so black and blue that they'll envy Oldbram's bull.
آره حالا اون که درسته، ما این توی نسخه یکش هم میشه فریده، ولی نسخه یکش واقعا خیلی ضعیف عمل کرد. من قبل از نسخه یک رو دادم، فقط می‌خواستم تمامش کنم که داستان اصلی تمام بشه که برسیم به نسخه دومش دیگه. حالا اینو کامل بیارم.
That's what I like to hear. Come, let's get the lads together and get going.
بچه‌ها رو جمع کنیم و بریم داداش. رفتیم به میتینگ.
Hey there, Geliovites! Did you miss us?
You know they did. They could hardly sleep.
Can you blame them? I'd rather come and get a beating than hang around in Zhelyov too.
You see? They're provoking us again. And they brought a stranger. There's no use trying to negotiate with them.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard right over there.
What do we care where you got smacked around? Don't laugh at him.
نخندیم. Obram wrong. What if Obram right? Can you just make up? نمیتونیم با هم دیگه به توافق برسیم.
Listen to yourselves. All this useless racket for nothing. Why don't you leave things the way they are and split the pasture in half once and for all?
No splitting. It's all ours. I remember.
He's making it up.
داره حدش در میاد.
He just wants to take what's ours.
Seems a bit too convenient that he's the only one who remembers that the whole pasture belongs to them. The old coot hardly remembers which hole is for eating and which is for shitting.
Old Obram's always fuming. Says half the pasture's his. Claim he'd graze his own bull there, but he's a fool, he is.
What did you say, you ass?
Keep my nothing out of your mouth. You know how long it took to wash off all that bloody paint? Which one of you was it?
So what? That was just a bit of fun.
You'll laugh on the other side of your face when we kick your asses.
That's right. Get him, lad.
نمیخوان دعوا کنن. This is Obram's fight, not yours.
For God's sake, wait! You're really gonna let yourself get beaten up just because Obram told you to?
If he finally admitted the pasture is ours, we could have settled this ages ago.
The lad's right.
What are you talking about, Fletchy Dick?
Why should I let myself get beat up every year? It's not like I have to graze my cattle here.
Come back here, you
سلام دیگ
traitor.
فامیلی.
Enough talk! Get him, lads!
بابا نکنید این کارو. دعوا نکنید. لعنت.
Now you're mine, you
I've had enough. Enough.
Don't try that on me.
I yield.
nice strike!
Like to say.
But slice him up!
I've been waiting for you.
Slice him up! Smash him down!
Wait!
Nice strike!
I'm no match for you. Fuck her!
Hey, don't spare him.
I'm into you! I need a bandage quick.
میکشه.
That's better.
خب. And the fight is over. What's going around here?
I have to say, for a bunch of ordinary villagers, you fight well.
It ain't our first time, mate. And you held your own.
Well, I feel right at home in a fistfight. If you ever have another one planned,
I would happily kick Olbram's ass 3 times a day. But he isn't getting any younger. Can't have him on my conscience, eh? It's more than enough that you helped us defend Takhov's honor. And don't think we don't know how to reward good deeds like that. We have a nice pile of groschen for you.
thank you.
چقدر پول داد
And
بهم؟
if those Zhelyevites ever cause any more trouble, let me know.
Farewell.
پس حق
Take
با
it
این بود
back,
از
for
همون
goodness
اولا.
sake. You look awful.
What's new around here?
Nothing new. It's quiet here.
برو.
It was good to see you, my friend.
خوبه. بنده خدا بد صدمه دیده.
Hey! Wake up!
Wake up. Come on.
چه باحال جی، میره رفیقاشو بلند میکنه زرد چیز دعوا کردن.
Wake up! Fucking shit!
What's the matter?
Some Hawthorne painted my nose deck! When I catch that lousy bastard, I'll break the grubby out of head. He won't even be able to wipe his ass. Bloody fucking hell! Then you need something.
به چیزی احتیاج داشتم.
Listen,
پول
Oldham.
نشد انجام بده.
I've got bad news.
What? What happened?
I almost had the maypole, but they noticed me and swarmed me, so I had to run.
Christ wounds. You'd better be more careful. If you want something done right, do it yourself. It's nice you tried, but I'll find someone better next time.
Better next time. کونی. خب. زیرنویس از کجا گرفتی؟ زیرنویس چیز لحظه ایه.
Take care, friend.
اینم که هیچ. خب باید اینا به سمت شهر میرن درسته؟ آره بریم به سمت شهر. خوبه. این کار رو تمام کردیم، دیگه کسی با همون کاری نداره. خب بریم اینجا اسبمون رو بگیریم بچه تو این میشن با آهنگر.
Good day to you.
سلام علیکم. سلام آقای آهنگار.
Greetings. What do you need?
اگه کوست رو درست انجام بدین من سوال میکردم و دعوا نمیکردم. مهم میزده پیرمرد کونی. I'm here about the job. سلام کپتن.
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
نه اشکال نداره برو بریم.
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
از اینجا بیاریم آهن.
Go over to the anvil. Let's get started.
خب استارت فورجینگ استارت بلد نیست میگیم. خب
Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up a bit like it. Try poking it around for a bit.
این چه حرکتیه
Now
جی؟
get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows.
داره داغ میشه.
You can tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell it it's in the fire. You have to that out.
Ah.
See? That's exactly the straw color we want. We've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get a hang of it.
حالا باید چیزش کنیم، صافش کنیم.
Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dog could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other.
خب حالا بریم.
Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things.
باید برش
Including
گردونیم.
myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side.
چجوری برش روتیت؟ خب
Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
آهنگم میزنه، با سود آهنگم میزنه. Continue forging. اوکی. آهنگی که
It's cooled
میزنه.
now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge.
حالا
and heat it all
برگردونیم.
up again, like before. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil.
بزن.
See that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. Sparks are flying. There you go. You've got it finished.
تمام
All that's
کردیم.
left is to
بالاخره
and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
خب حالا آهن سردش میکنیم. باید تیزش کنیم داره. Hunting sword. Smithing successfully. خب
Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, Keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
همه چی عالیه، فقط میگه که سود زدن برای چی بوده؟
What good does
آره
it do
درست
me to
انجام
whistle
بدیم.
while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
عجب.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up, and by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere.
یکسان
If
باشه.
your forging's going to be even, the main thing is, don't work it cold. You
Ey,
just
درست
ruin
زدن
it.
سود
But
می‌زنه.
don't overheat it either. As soon as
نه، اون که
sparks
متوجه
start
شدم.
to
تو
fly
ریت
off
می‌زنه
it in
خیلی
the
باحاله.
furnace, take it out.
Why should I forge evenly?
If you keep hammering the same spot, you'll never finish it. You'll just fuck it up. But jumping from one end to the other ain't a good idea neither. You'd end up working unevenly. The best thing to do is aim each strike next to the one before.
بله چشم.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
تمام. کار دیگه نداره.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things.
Sure,
And of
sure.
course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
سوال از کجا میتونم
Where can I
متریال
get
بیارم؟
materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
خب از کجا میتونم آیتم
What can I
بیارم؟
do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
اگه یه سری کار اندیسه چیز درست کنیم این ازم میخوره. کجا میتونم بخوام؟ نه این
What
پرس.
now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. You're pretty good at... Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sakura, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
خیلی خوب. یه تخت برای خودمون پیدا کردیم. کجا تختمون؟ اینجاه؟ اینجا میتونیم بخوابیم. مثلا تختمون اصلا علامت زده هست اینجا. علامت زده نیست. اینجا مثل که مال ما نیست. اینجا نه اینجا نیست. اینجا آره عکس تختم اینجاست. خب اینجا صندوقی داریم که میتونیم بلک اسمیت کیت خب عالی. اینا چیه؟ اینا چیزایی که داریم نه؟ چه لباسای باحالیست. پشما. خب چیزی که لازم نداریم بندازیم دور. بو آرمورا فود ولف میتو سریع بریم بفروشیم. نه کنش به فاک باید ما رفته. متریالا نه هم بذاریم اینجا بعدا میام سراغش. یه ساعت بخوابیم. چرا بیشتر از 4 ساعت؟ What the fuck؟ آجی اسب باید از میشن همین بلک اسمیت رو گیر بیاریم. آره اسب اونو بلک اسمیت داشت وایسا ستون. خب tell me about more interesting job.
It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semin, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semin and find out what the bloody hell happened.
چشم حله.
Those two hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
حق داری داداش. خیلی خوب.
All right, I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find...
Gladly. Okay.
برو بریم. خب بریم به سمت سمین. سمین کجاست دوستان؟ اینجا این پایینه. head to the سمین. خب اول بریم پیش اینجا. تا الان شب میشه آجی. اوه. سریع برم تو شب نشده به گاه ندیم آجی. در مادر دمه. خب فعلا که نیاز ندارم. گوسفندا رو چوپونتون کجاست؟ اینجوری ولن اینجا؟ دو نفر دارن میرن سمت قلعه، سمت اون خونه ها، یعنی قلعه شاید سمین. رسیدیم به سمین.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not too bad. It'd be better if it wasn't raining, though.
اگه بارون نمیومد خوب بود.
Good day to you. I'm looking for the Cumans, and I heard they have a camp around these parts. Do you know where it might be?
I don't care about such nonsense, but Lord Samin or Captain Gnarly might know something.
لورد سمین ممکنه چیزی بدونه.
I'll ask them.
خیلی خوب. حالا.
I'm looking for the Takoff blacksmith's
دنبال
cart. Have you seen it?
Loads of carts come past here. There's going to be a wedding and they need supplies. Try asking Captain Gnarly. He keeps an eye on supplies. He'll probably be in the courtyard.
Thanks.
And watch yourself when you go into the courtyard.
چرا؟
Why?
We've got some wedding guests from Moravia. They're in pretty high spirits. It's still a while to the wedding, but them gents is already getting into the swing of things.
بله شش. نکنیم.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You're right there, laddie.
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as late as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? No, I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Samin is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you fray. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yarko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that. Now you're gonna die.
The mingy
Fucking hell.
What?
Hey!
Stop his god!
شونی؟
Come on. Oh, you wee bastard!
the devil's name is fucking going on here?
اینجا چه خبره؟
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the foot.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia. You say Radovan sent you, eh? Some trouble with that cart, is it, lad?
آره مشکلم دقیقا همینه سلطان.
Yes.
دقیقا با همون واگونشه.
Seems to have vanished.
My God! Anyway, Lord Samin should hear whatever it is you want to tell me. But we can't go rousing him at this hour, can we? Come back in the morning. Or at least before noon.
All right. I'll come then.
All right. I'll go and get some shut-eye too. If I can manage it over the racket them drunken Moravians.
صبح میایم دیگه. غذا نداره اینجا. بریم صبح بیایم. 7 صبح. سر صبح باشیم. مثل اینکه بازم کمه. زور قشنگ باید بیایم. سلام اصلا. بس. اینونتوری فود. حداقل اون چیزایی که خریدیم رو بخوریم. سلام علیکم.
I'm here.
Right. Come on then. We'll go to Lord Samin and you can tell him everything.
And I must tell Vashek to get
Lord
3 pigs
Samin.
ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yechin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices.
این میخواد چیز کنه؟
Oh, and wine too.
ازدواج کنه؟
It's almost all gone. What we bought only last week.
Enter.
Sorry to intrude,
آه
sir.
پسرشه.
This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
بله گم
I
شد.
couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no
so...
need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yuriko is shit-faced. And your son...
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir.
نترس سرعت رو نمیندازیم. گوزو.
So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
آره خیلی خوشحالیم.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No. That's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Christ above. And how are you going to ride with us?
مسیح بالا.
On the back of my saddle. You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
فکر می‌کردم که مثلا بهش بگیم که می‌خواستی بهمون یه دونه اسب بدی یا فالو آن فوت. خدای بارو میتونم یه اسب قرض بگیرم؟
You got a stud farm here, don't you? Couldn't I borrow one of your horses?
Aye. And then we'd never see hide nor hair of you, nor the animal again. We don't lend horses. But you're in luck. Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
Actually,
سوالای دیگه
This Yurko and his mates. Who are they?
They're Lord Samin's kin. They're fine as long as they don't get too much booze inside them.
Only they're from Moravia, so they're never far from the booze.
But what could I tell you, lad? Each to himself. Besides,
یه سوال الان تو همین میشن ما اسب میگیریم یعنی نه اسب یارو بخریم.
they stick with the family when push comes to shove. And you can't say that about everyone.
I'd like to go and see that wedding.
Wouldn't we all, lad? And what would you do there?
I'd eat and drink my fill and check out the local maidens.
I hope Lord Samin didn't hear you. He'd be none too pleased to hear you want to take part in such a grand affair, just to stuff your face and roll an A with some drunken wench.
Beg your pardon, Captain, but that's what most fellas go to weddings for.
That's an unspoken truth, son. Unspoken, mind. Anyways, you're Radovan's hand, ain't ya? He'll be coming to the wedding. He's making a wedding gift. Stick with him. And maybe...
We should probably...
That we should. Come back in the morning and we'll set out. If you want, stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the...
با تشکر میتونیم بخوابیم اونجا.
Careful.
رو نخور چون پدر. واسه ببینیم بعد کجا بریم. Meet the grand and Lord Simeon in the courtyard. این که درسته اوکی. مثلا اینه که اونی که اسب داره کجاست؟ ها؟ اونی که اسب داره کجاست؟
What's going on? You're all covered in blood, lad.
I'm looking for a group of humans. Did you hear anything about them having a camp around here?
I did. Rumor has it they settled down somewhere around Rock Tower Pond, near those nomads. Try asking Bozhena the herb woman. She might know something about them.
Oh, Bozhena.
Maybe try Natan the shepherd down past the village. He knows every stump around here. Till we meet again.
بوژنا میدونه کجاست. خیلی خوب سب کن پلیر. استرنج. Your strength will make it easier to win fight in the clinch because it will be harder for your opponent to react your reaction. Oh, you're carrying a bit. Oh, این خوبه. Alchemy. You can sell potion, you brew, force it and more. خیلی خوب کمبت نیم که هیچ این است بس اینه Horse trader.
Greetings to you.
سلام کن بدر.
How can I help you today, friend?
Cheap horse.
Would you happen to have a cheap horse for sale?
Well, I sell quite a few horses here, but by the looks of you, you must be talking about that grey nag, eh? But all she's good for are sausages. That old bitch won't let anybody touch her. I was already suspicious when that traveller sold her to me. He said he found her running about near the Rock Tower Pond.
Grey, old, and someone found her by the Rock Tower Pond. That's where we were ambushed. That's my horse. That's Pebbles.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
برای توه؟ I wrote in on her from Ratai who sold her to you. Make a good look at me. Be reasonable. چی بگیم که بتونه بهمون بده؟ کی بهت فروخت؟
Who sold her to you?
I told you already. Some young lad. He wasn't from here.
What did he look like? Where'd he go?
You're a bit hasty, eh? He had black hair and a big beard. And he looked like he'd been sleeping in the woods. And his breath smelled like hell. But I couldn't tell you where he was headed.
She's my horse. I rode in on her from Ratai, in the retinue that was attacked down by the pond.
Right. You happen to need a new horse, and this one just happens to be the one you already own. Does it have your brand? It does not. So you are out of luck.
بهش بگیم منطقی باش.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give her to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her.
آره سود بزنیم میاد. دقیقاً.
May she serve you well. What are you whistling for?
ای جان. برو بریم. چیز نداریم پس. آقا ایوه. دم شما گرم. فقط یه سوال.
What can I do?
یه تریدمون نشه؟
I'd like my horse.
As you wish, but it will take.
200 بدیم که اصلا بشورم.
I changed my.
کتیر بابا. بی شرف. ترید.
Show me your wares.
خب. هانتر پانچ. چقدر گرونن حرومیا.
Oh well, what can you do? Farewell then. Christ, watch out with that horse.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Everything all right, eh?
اینونتوری چک کن چیز میذاش اونجاست ترانسفر کن. آها. کجاست؟ کو؟ هورس؟ نه چیزی اینجا نیست. نیست ستونی نیست. این هم از اسبم. آشپزخونه هم اینجا. اوکی. یه غذایی میتونیم بخوریم یا نه؟
Are we gonna have gruel again tonight?
گفت میتونیم اونجا بخوابیم. منظورش کجا بود؟
God bless you.
یه جایی تو آشپزخونه گفت میتونی به تمرگی بخوابی. غذایی بدنیم. شاید گذاشتمش تو اون اینونتوری ها، تو اون صندوق کنار آهنگره. بچه احتمالاً 4 برقمون بره اگه یهو استریم قطع شده داره. بدونید دیگه بس شد سیت با گفت یه جای خواب بهمون میده دیگه بی شرف.
Christ, pardon me.
گو اسب.
Greetings.
Good day.
ما میشه چورتی بزنیم اینجا یه چند ساعتی. صبح میرسیم خدمتتون دوباره. 3 صبح.
You can't say you weren't warned. You can't just loiter around on other people's property. You'll pay up and show me whether you stole any.
چی باید پول بدیم؟
Oh, please. Look at me. Do I look like a dishonest man? This is all just a misunderstanding.
Oh, I apologize, my lord. I must have made a mistake. Let's just forget about this.
I'm sorry.
God be with you, my friend.
آقا این کجا میتونه کپشو بذاره؟ اینجا که نمیتونه بخوابه. زمینم که نمیخوابه. I don't know mate. سر صبح بذار بریم سراغ چیز. اوه داره بارون میاد بچه. عجب هوای سکسی. عجب هوای. آقا سلام علیکم. حتما باید بره تو کورتیارد تا باید صحبت کنیم.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not too bad. It'd be better if it wasn't raining.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
خیلی برو گرفت.
What are you doing?
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through Troskovitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskovitz ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it,
I
Captain?
know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running round.
خب صبر. بدون یه زیرنویس داشته باشیم دیگه نداشته باشیم. نظرتون چیه؟
Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap.
یا اول فد آروم باش.
But I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I...
What the
It's
fuck?
golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Stick close to where the hell have you been? Let's go. Is it true, Henry? Yurko and his cronies assault you?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
چرا که نه؟
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
Right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
ما رو به چالش دعوت کرد. اوکی. لورد سمین. رسیدیم.
So, we're here. Comes to hear what's what.
خیلی خوب.
All right, son.
اینم میذاریم اینجا. ایزی. برو.
You're going to fight Lord Samin. It'll be an honorable fight. Hold on, Mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
کم بسن. No need, I'm armed. Alright, what you will.
What weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
خیلی خوب یه دوئل ما هم بکنیم با استاد. کجا رفت؟
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
گیر خرب.
Fucking hell! Wanker!
You're no match for me.
Cut the bullshit and fight! Come here.
آقا نوکرم.
What do you say, son?
سلام چطوری بابا بوی. That was tough. I didn't even woke up.
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
God's truth, sir. You didn't disgrace yourself, but I can see the young un has spirit. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
And since you won, I've got something else for you as well. My shield.
Oh, shieldش هم داد بهم.
Isn't that a bit too much, gnarly?
Sir, my left shoulder's fucked anyway. I can't carry no shield.
True enough.
Thank you.
شیلد قناری هم بهمون داد. به دیگه. شیلد قناری و چه شود؟ آقای عالی. برو بریم.
There now.
I needed that. It's good to...
پوینت گرفتم. پوینت چیه؟ سوروایوال. خب. این کار که نرمیم. آها.
Stretch the limbs every now and again. And you're pretty handy, youngster. You should come to the courtyard and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting...
Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Carlstead, it's the performance. We're on the subject. Where are you from, lad?
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing.
You're doing the right thing, lad.
Watch where you're riding, arsehole!
اینجا کجاه؟ اوه
So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? And ask if he might have seen someone.
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
As you wish, sir.
نمیخوای یارو رو ببینی حل باشه سلطان سلام استاد
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semin on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now, on account of the wedding, you know?
It seems you have a lot of concerns with that wedding, Master Bailiff.
Of course I do. I'm the father of the bride, after all. Although not everyone sees eye to eye with me. Lord Semin would be happier if I paid all the bills and left all the decisions up to him. Who's invited, what there'll be to eat and drink, entertainment, everything. It's not like I have a burning desire to deal with it, but if I'm going to pay for it...
I understand. But isn't it just that the groom's family is more concerned about these things?
That's not it. I'll tell you what it is. It's because Lord Semin is a noble and I'm just a commoner. Only I've got coin. While he's trying to keep the wolf from the door in that piddling estate of his.
You ought to calm down, Master Bailiff. That kind of talk can stir things up.
You're right, of course. It just makes me mad, though.
I understand. Do you know anything about Radovan's hired hands?
Only what I've told you. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind if they never turned up again.
Why's that?
Well, they might look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, and Radovan praises them, but I know people. That pair have mischief in their eyes. I can tell.
That'll be all.
Okay. بریم گزارش بدیم همه چیو اصلا هم داره قدم میخوره بنام.
Well then, young man, how did it go?
They drove toward Apollonia.
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yichin? The bastards. And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yichin.
Sir, I could send a message to the Yichin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Won't you be missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yichin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing, I'll take Yichin any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place.
Summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
True. They might not have gone to Yichin. They Could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. It might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my braves they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old dive is still standing. Let's go then.
خیلی خوب برو بریم. هورسمنشیپ کجا میخواستم برم؟ یه جایی دارم میرم. این فکر کنم این شهر میخوام برم.
About time too. Let's go.
یاد این جنگو نداره که قرارم بکنین. چرا؟ ولی خب همجوری خرکی نمیشه که داستانی نیازه پیش
While you're
زمینی.
praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
Whoa, whoa. A sack of charcoal. That could have fallen off the cart.
احتمالا از رو همون چیزی افتاده. از روی همون واگن افتاده. اینجا هیچ جاده رو باید بگردیم، درسته؟ رسیدیم به آپولونیا. این سمتی رفتن؟ آره این سمتی رفتن. همینه پیداش کردیم دیگه.
Found anything, lad?
There's a sack of charcoal lying in the ditch to the left of the road. The bailiff said they were driving like the devil, so maybe it fell from the cart.
Oh, that makes sense. To the left it is then. Gnarly! Back here!
It's time to shop, yeah.
Quick!
خوش اومدی ما اینجان. همین اینجا که نه، اینجا نیست. اینجا افتاده. همینه. اینوستیگیت کن دیگه، بی پدر مادر. خب همینه دیگه. کجا رفتن این حرومزاده؟ محل آهنگر هست. آره داریم میریم افرادمون کسکشو پیدا کنیم. آجی یارو واقعا اونجا وایستاده هنوز.
Go!
چرا آقا وایستادی؟
Getting close. Do that for bonus, sir. You'll have the car back in no time.
I just hope we find the horses too. Got a milker here, ain't there?
حتما ما در کونشون بری آجی. اومدم چه عجب.
Whoa!
الان مثلا میخوام بگم آره ما پیدا کردیم. بابا 3 ساعت پیش ما پیدا کردیم. من مردم بیگانه رو میکشم. اسپویل نکن. چرا بکشم؟ همینجاست. الو رد شدیم ازش. What؟
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar right enough.
Well, that's just it.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road.
Very well, sir.
بله خودم میدونم کجا رو بگردم. اونی خان.
Blacksmith's cart.
And someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the blacksmith's cart! Come here!
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Of course, the goods are gone. The bastards hauled it off to the rocks. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old young milker would only break a leg there. And keep a sharp lookout. Something stinks here.
I told you, they got ambushed by them bastards that's on the rampage around here, sir.
Oh, be quiet. We still can't be sure of anything.
Apollonia. I spent a lot of time running around here as a young lad.
اگه جوان بودم تو آپولونیا خیلی رفتم.
God's truth, I ain't got only good memories of it. One time, got my legs stuck in a crevice a bit further on. Trapped there all night I was, shitting myself with fear. It wasn't till morning that the folk from the fortress found me. The whole of Sameen was out looking for me.
See, at least you came here as a kid. It still gives me the creeps here.
Why's that, sir? It's just some rocks, ain't it?
You'd sing a different tune if you'd had the rope maker's wife as a nanny when you were little. Now she had some tales about this place.
اسپول نکن موین. این بار دوم میگم اسپول نکن. دمت گرم.
Every night we'd gather by the hearth, The old
So that
woman
came
would
here.
sit at her spinning wheel telling stories. I'll tell you, Captain, there isn't much I'm afraid of. But when that blind old crone was croaking her tales of devils and holes to hell with the fire... Yeah, I hear it.
There's somebody there. Sure enough.
Let's get closer.
Have you forgotten I was ordained, you ignoramus? For fuck's sake, you was never ordained monster. I was. Stumbled in it, in the forest chapel by Bodera. Like fuck he ordained you. Just 'cause old Stumble poured some pond water on your head in the woods don't mean a damn thing.
Stumble's a
priest.
Dunbal is a drunken old fool who claims he was a priest. He can't even...
بریم گزارش بدیم.
Don't you think you have a better name?
بله اینجا هست.
Now, I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatigo used to come make a fire here and jump over it. And so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what's that got to do with anything?
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right. Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just a...
Sure, sir. With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get...
I saw it with my own two eyes.
بریم بالا. حل. اینجا راه داره؟
That ain't normal.
آره
Everyone
اینجا
must
راه
be
داره.
laughing at the wench. Why? Some people might like it. I don't know who'd
Those
like that.
definitely aren't the blacksmith's
Did they do
hands.
something?
What the fuck do you imagine they do?
برگردیم میشه لورد سمین.
How's it look, Sonny? How many?
I saw 3. And they don't look like Radovan's hands.
And what about my goods?
I didn't see them. It looked more like a patrol. I reckon there might be more of them hereabouts.
Seems we can't avoid a fight. I hope you're ready, Henry.
من آمادم.
Sure am, sir.
I wouldn't worry about Henry, sir. He showed us mettle and training. So, how are we gonna do it? Do you just want to charge them, sir?
What else do you suggest?
Someone could go back up top and try to take one of them down with an arrow before we charge them. There's a good view of the camp from up there.
Good idea, Henry. And I see you're equipped for it too. Climb up top, and as soon as you shoot the first time, we'll charge them.
خیلی خوب.
Make
عالی.
What you are, Captain.
عالی. ما میریم بالا شلیک کنیم.
I was. Stumbled in it, in the forest chapel by Bodera.
Like fuck he ordained you. Just 'cause old Stumble poured some pond water on your head in the woods don't mean a damn thing.
But Stumble's a priest.
Dunbal is a drunken old fool.
Now you're gonna die! Fucking horse son!
Fucking horse
Get him!
Done for! Done for!
You're out of luck. Like that! Hey, I need a hand here.
Sucker! I need a bandage, quick.
Easy.
That's better.
Bitch.
Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here. And none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands.
چرا بازی ترس نمیده بازی
We're right,
نمیده؟
Henry.
کسی نمیدونه. I never met them.
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them. But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready?
I am. Let's go.
I thought we had everything clear, then, sir.
بچه ممکنه برق بره استریم قطع شه. این گفتم در جریان باشین نزدیک 4.
Until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. And that bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
It makes no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time with the Shani, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of
I don't know though.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours. Ahem, gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. As long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
Oh.
What are you gaping at? At them!
این کسکشه ترسوی جاکش بازی سیف شد. خب دوستان عزیز من دوست دارم اینجا رو ادامه بدم ولی الان برقمون میره 2 دقیقه دیگه. مرسی که دیدید پرچمتون بالاست. این فایت رو تو قسمت بعدی انجام میدیم. عشقید و خدا نگهدار. الان برقمون میره فعلا.